And we are live. I don't know why I said that in such a pissed way, but we are live.
Yeah,
Hello.
that's okay. Your audio isn't working. That's okay.
Why is my audio not working? Hello?
I don't know. It's dead.
Hello?
Nope.
I
So
literally-
much for starting early and on time.
I have my audio. It's right though. I don't what. Why is my audio not working? Okay, you know what?
Okay, you're back. Yeah, I can hear you now. You're here.
I can't see OBS doing. I can't see OBS moving.
No, dude, but it looks. It looks like a badly dubbed film where you speak and then we hear your audio like after, like it's
What
not synced
the
at all.
fuck?
Like, yeah, it looks terrible.
Is going on? Okay, how about now? OBS is still not showing me anything. Are you able to hear me on stream?
I'm able to hear you on stream. I'm able to, but your voice and your video don't match. Like your video is lagging behind quite a lot,
Yeah, I don't know
and
why
it's
my
getting
video is
stuck in
lagging.
between.
Okay, you know what? This is just perfect. This is literally how everything starts. I just
Hey,
want to
tell
restart
your
my
son
video.
to stop playing his Fortnite or whatever, now, so we get more bandwidth.
No, it's something to do with my phone. I don't know what exactly it is. Hopefully, this will fix the audio issue. Is that better? Audio is good. Hey, Nandemo Theme, thanks for joining early. What is that goofy haircut? I didn't get a haircut. I don't know why everyone thinks I didn't get a haircut. My hair is the same.
I'm telling you, you got a haircut. It looks like, told you.
I did not get a freaking haircut. Okay, you know what? Wait.
You cut the sides.
There, how's this?
Your
Does
video
this look?
Dude, our whole video is lagging. Like the whole stream is lagging terribly.
Our
This is
encoder is
unwatchable.
overloaded.
If anyone is watching, please leave right now. This is terrible.
Wow.
Like, what's the point? We do this
Okay.
for one person anyways.
Yeah, but I do. Oh, listen, man. I genuinely have no fucking idea because everything is perfect in the settings. There is literally nothing changed. Everything is literally just working.
Well,
We're not dropping. We're not dropping any frames. We're using like 2% CPU. where the internet connection is perfect. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
No.
Are you using weren't you using your 4K camera or whatever? What happened?
What a 4K camera?
Yeah, you said one of your roommates, Bob, had a 4K camera.
No, I'm not using that.
Okay.
I'm just using my regular S phone.
Okay, I can see you properly now. It seems good.
I just talk.
Seems to have been stabilized.
So it looks
No,
like...
it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
It looks
Cool. Anyway, hello. Welcome back to the Nandemo podcast. Apparently, I said Weeb 101 last time. I didn't even realize. So welcome back to the Nandemo podcast. I'm repping Weeb 101 this time though with my KKC t-shirt. The KKC. You know the KKC?
Yes, Kikashi.
It sounds like I'm saying KKC. That sounds weird.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it's Kikashi, bro.
it's Kakashi, yes.
But yes.
Yeah.
So, Guru, speaking of Weeb shit, before we start, can you give a little update about the movie we went to watch? The Weeb movie.
Okay, we watched One Piece
Just give
film
me a
Red.
thumbs up or thumbs down if you don't want to talk about it. Yes, exactly.
We watched One Piece film Red, and it was an idle movie. It basically was just an idle movie. It was this woman dancing and singing for the entire first half. It was so bad that we walked out before the second half even started, and apparently we missed a lot of shanks and conquerors haki and all other types of
Oh
haki
no.
and fighting a big bad demon boy, but I just it couldn't, man. Like, oh my god, I was
Like
having
they uploaded the fucking animatic, bro. That's
yeah,
what they did.
I had a headache when it started. I
Hmm.
was
Hmm.
like what is going? And then the only time I laughed was because they showed Chopper doing some random shit that I can't even remember right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Random Otaku, it's okay. So from a technical perspective, it's definitely not good. Okay, like it's not
Yeah.
well made overall. It doesn't really reflect Toei's current One Piece animation, this
Hmm.
thing, like skill. And
Yeah, it doesn't.
from a script perspective, also it is not well made. Okay,
If you like musicals and idols and J-pop and Vocaloids and shit, maybe you'll enjoy it. I don't know.
yeah. If you like Holo
Hmm.
Live videos, you will probably
Yeah,
enjoy the
all that
movie.
shit. Yeah, you'll probably enjoy it because it's probably a longer version of that
Yeah, right. Oh
with
my
some One
god.
Piece sprinkled in between.
Yeah, you could literally change any of the characters and it wouldn't make one shit of a difference. And
Yeah, it
there
wouldn't.
are
Yeah.
there are like a gajillion spoilers right in the first 5 minutes of the movie. So if you're not caught up to the manga, I would not suggest watching the
Yeah.
movie.
Dude, why didn't they think about that? That's crazy, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it's actually crazy. Like the movie starts and they're like, oh no, it is spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. I'm like, hey, wait a second. What? Really? You start off the
this
movie with like
happened.
3 spoilers in a row?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
sometimes
they
like
definitely
VTubers, but
didn't give
only
a shit.
clips of them. Yeah, it's an entire VTuber. Okay, you know what? Actually, Uta from the movie is actually a VTuber. Okay, she uses transcoder snails, video transcoder snails to like stream all over the world, and she becomes really famous that way. And she basically is a VTuber. She has like little effects that go around when she sings, and it's weird. It's just weird.
Hmm.
It's not. I didn't expect this from Oda. I was a little disappointed, to be very honest.
Hmm.
But well,
No, but that shit is very popular. So I
yeah,
guess like people like in Japan, people fucking loved it. So
yeah.
it's just not our cup of tea. That's all.
It's not our cup of polo tea.
Hmm. Yes.
Anyway,
No, she ain't a dude.
weird. I think that would have made it more enjoyable.
Yeah, that'd be
Oh
fun.
my god, my face got stuck at my wink for a second.
But
Uh,
yeah,
but yeah, anyway, we can talk
apart from
about
that, let's get back to our
yeah,
topic.
we can
Yeah.
talk about our topic finally. We're going to be
Hmm.
talking about time.
TikTok apparently.
No, we don't really
Not
upload to
anymore.
TikTok anymore.
Not anymore. Even like old school watches don't like that's analog, right? TikTok, like that's not a
Yeah,
digital thing.
it's not. Yeah.
It's more beep 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 beep.
Okay, before we go on, I was actually like, since we always start with a definition, I was like, do we really need a definition for time? And then I just googled it just for fun, and
Oh, tell me.
here is the definition from Oxford. Okay, the indefinite continued progress of existence and events in the past, present, and future regarded as a whole. That is the most complex way to explain time that I have ever heard in my
I
life.
think I need a degree to understand that.
Yeah.
To uneducated.
And on
But yes.
and in Wikipedia, related people. The first one is Immanuel Kant. I'm like, really?
Oh,
That is
wow.
the guy you associate with it. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Love it. But yeah, they basically made it a whole philosophical thing right there, and it's beautiful. But yeah,
Just existence over like a period of something called time.
yes, it's just called time. Okay, if you don't know time at whatever age you are, then I don't know how to help you, man.
Hmm.
But yeah, anyway, so time, Sid, what are your thoughts on time in general? And all the different, there are a lot of different theories going around with time as well. Imagine people got banned from a concert when she said her pronouns are she, her instead of they, them. I mean, it's not hard to say
Okay.
one pronoun or the other,
Yeah,
man.
you
It's
gotta.
cool.
Yeah, it's you gotta respect the pronouns.
Yeah.
But
Anyway,
anyways,
so a lot of theories in relation to time. Like, a lot of people say that the current moment is the only thing that ever exists, and there is no past and there is no future, because technically you can't prove that they exist. You can only prove that you can only the only proof is that we remember things and we expect things. But other people say
Hmm.
time is relative and things are happening literally across all aspects of time at the same time. And
Hmm. Hmm.
it's not only about the present moment. Your present moment is just one little point which is
Yeah,
happen
it is.
out of a
Hmm.
huge line that is happening uh, parallelly. But yeah, what do you think?
Yeah. No, that is true. That like you do realize more as you grow up how relative time is. Also, not even to others in relation to others in relation to your life too, right? Because like you've had moments for sure, like where you're just sitting there doing nothing, and like because of COVID, like a year just passes like a day, and you're like, what the fuck? It's already
Two
over.
years, Sid,
And
2
you've had
years.
moments, yeah, yes, 2 years, and then you have had moments where like a day feels like at a month because so many things happen, right?
Oh,
The
you
amount
mean
of
work?
activities that happen in a
Oh,
day.
okay, amount of
No,
activities. No, never mind then.
yeah, like depends on how much you do. Like, some years go really slowly for you, like holy shit, this year like it's really slow because you're doing so much, right? And
Yeah.
the years where you're not doing much, you're like, yeah, it just vanished, the years just fucking vanished. And damn, you're 27, you're 28 already. Wow, what happened to those 20 years? But yeah, time is relative to you also based on how you perceive it, not only to others, but yeah, it's relative to others too. That is understandable, and yeah, I do understand that. But I tend to think about it more in a sense of how it's relative to me, because before COVID my years were going really slowly. I was like,
Oh,
yeah, I was having like really long years, and I like it was fun, like not in a bad way, because a lot of stuff was happening before that. But after COVID, when it's just stuck at home, like it just vanished. I look like 2020, 2021, what happened? Like it just fucking vanished, dude.
that
Like
is
two
true.
years just gone, like
Yeah.
in the dust. And 2022 is where like stuff started happening again, where I'm like, oh, it's actually passing slowly. The year is progressing much slower than the. But yeah, what do you think about that?
I mean, I agree with most of what you said. It's just that you said I'm
Hmm.
27, so I'm going to end this episode now. But that's it for this episode, guys. See you later.
You said it last time too, when it was your birthday. Hmm. Hmm.
So it turns out my work didn't remember my birthday at all. And HR had to update the information of all employees. And she realized that my birthday had just passed. And she sends a message out to my boss. And that guy's like, when is your birthday? Like, you know, don't you? He's like, yeah. Why didn't you tell
Hmm.
us? Like,
Hmm.
for this, because of this. But yeah, I mean, time is like a really annoying thing for me because
Annoying
at
thing.
yeah, at sometimes I realize the importance of it and I really want to make the best of the time I have. But at other times I'm just like, hey, we have a lot of time. What am I going to do with all this? I'll just do nothing for a while. And then I look back, I'm like, hey, that period of nothing lasted like a few years. That's like way too much.
Yeah.
Like, did I really
No,
spend 6 years wasting my time?
hmm, hmm.
And
But there is still a lot of time, even though, like,
I
finish
mean,
your point. Finish your point. Yeah.
I've always been of the opinion that of the idea that I am going to die very young, and
Yes.
that is being disproven with every day passing by. But
27 Club,
yeah, but I'm
but the
still of the
unpopular one.
opinion. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm still
Hmm.
of the opinion that it's going to happen when I'm young because I genuinely do not see how I live past like 40.
Hmm.
And so in a way I should know that my time is limited, like everyone's time is limited. Okay, that's like a fact of life. Everyone's time is
Time is
limited.
limited. Yeah.
Everyone's gonna die, and everyone's gonna die before they hit 100 with looking at the current state of the world. And but I don't know, it just feels like I should be a lot more pressed to do certain things that I really want to do, and I feel like I'm not pressed enough. And I feel that pressure now after like getting out of this slumber that I've been in, of this almost like, what do I say? It's like I was stuck in a dream and I just woke up and I'm like, fuck, I really need to get my shit together right now.
Hmm.
So I
Hmm.
really
Hmm.
hate time in that aspect. But
Hmm.
there's also this really interesting thing where there's this interesting theory where it's like, what if someone just created you at this moment and all your past memories were just implants? And I was like, oh, I was like, I don't know which guy was high when he thought of this, but oh,
Yeah. It's
Guru,
called
watch
the
Jojo or I leave.
Thursday something, right? It's called, I
I
forgot what
forgot
it's
what it's
called, the
called.
Thursday phenomenon. Yeah, it's like, what if everything, what if everything was just created last Thursday and nothing existed before that? There's
Exactly.
like a term for it. Yeah.
And that actually made sense to me. Like, I can't prove that the past happened. I can't prove that, certain things did. I mean, I have
Hmm.
memories of them. I can be like, yeah, you know what? I messaged somebody last night. I put up a video on Instagram, and what someone's like, hey, you know what? I can doctor that video and put it up from my account if you want. I'm like, oh, that's true. How did I put up that video on Instagram?
My
Interesting.
fucking god.
No, I'm
It's
kidding.
like
I'm
I'm a
not.
figment
I'm
of
not.
your imagination.
Exactly. I've been saying that to a lot of people nowadays. Actually,
Yeah.
yeah. They're like, hey,
Hmm.
what? They're like, hey, what's up? I'm like, hey, don't talk to me. I'm a figment of imagination, and I just stop talking to them, and they're all like, dude, are you okay? Like, do you need help? I'm like, no, I'm fine. And they get even more worried
Really?
after that.
That's not fun, bro. If you were, you should have told me. I would be like, thank fuck, finally. It's
No, but
gone.
see, in this situation, you're a figment of
Uh,
my imagination.
yeah, that
So
is true. I'm the fake. Yeah, yeah. You can't reverse me. You can't play the
exactly,
reverse card.
yeah. But yeah, so
No, but
the
yeah,
main thing
tell
for
me,
me,
continue.
for the main thing for time is just that we don't have enough of it. It reminds me of this quote from Calvin and Hobbes, which also the title of one of the books. I think there's never enough time to do all the nothing you want.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think that's a title, but yeah, that's the way I feel. There's never enough time to do all the nothing you want.
And that is so. I agree to an extent, I would say, because I used to feel that way a lot. Even sometimes I still do.
Hmm.
But if you think about it, like a year is a long fucking time. Like a lot can happen in a year. Like a lot can happen in a day or a month, right?
It
Like
can, yeah.
depends on what you do,
Oh
right?
boy, a lot can happen in a day. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So it is relative to an extent where, like, even I used to be like, I'm running out of time, blah blah blah, but like I don't think that way anymore, because I've I've experienced both sides where like time is going really slow and like, damn, it was a really long day, or like
Oh,
it's
Sid,
gone
sorry,
really fast and it's vanished.
sorry
What?
to cut you off, but Article 3D official on Twitch says hello, hello. You're a first time chatter, so
Oh,
where are you
hello.
from? Or what? Well, I don't even know how you found the stream. Actually, if you could tell us, that would be great because I have no idea how people are even coming here.
Yes,
But yeah,
we'll help our.
welcome.
Yes,
Welcome, and
welcome.
tell us a bit about yourself. We're glad to have
Hmm.
you on. And also, if you're facing any problems on Twitch, you can come over to YouTube because the YouTube,
Yeah, come
for
over to
some reason,
YouTube.
just works better. I have no idea why. Anyway,
And
yeah, you
feel
can go on.
free to join in on our discussions too.
Of
Hmm.
course.
But
Yeah.
yeah, what was yeah, so it is relative to me, because I've had days where it's like a lot has happened. I'm like, damn, it was a long day in a nice way, because usually you tend to, like, when positive things happen, you're like, it's nicer, and when terrible things happen, you're like, it's a bad day and it vanishes, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, for example, if we think about the pandemic, right, the 2 years that we had, I think like it just vanished. I feel that now, because a lot more is happening now than it happened like in 2020, for example. But sometimes I think back on it, and I did do a lot in 2020. It's just that I didn't do as much as like we started this podcast in 2020
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
did
It's
it
true. We did.
continuously,
Yeah.
like almost every week, like, and we started doing multiple episodes.
We did.
And so that is a lot. And like, I bought most of like my stuff that I need, right? My drawing tablet, my monitor, my like, all this stuff I bought in 2020, and I got a lot of work and everything, right? Like, so like a lot happened in that year where I got a lot of projects, I could do a lot of work, I bought like, so, but I don't realize, I just forget, like I don't even think about it sometimes, because like it happened a while ago.
Yeah.
And like, I went traveling to a couple of places, for that year and everything. So I'm like, a lot did happen if I think about it. It's just that you tend to forget, right?
That's
It
true.
wasn't it wasn't like my slowest year, but it wasn't like the fastest one either, I would say.
Yeah. That I can
Hmm.
agree with because a lot did happen
Hmm.
in 2020,
Hmm.
2021, and now 2022
Hmm.
as well. And I'm sure
Yeah.
in 2040, if I'm alive long enough, I'm going to look back and be like, what the fuck happened in 2022? I don't even remember.
Yeah, exactly.
What is
Exactly.
going on? Yeah, but
Hmm.
it's also like, I mean, my point was more of there isn't enough time to do everything that you really want to do. Because, yeah, you can be really busy. Yeah, you can work every day, every hour of every day without sleeping much and You could get really good at something, but then there's still so many things that you can get good at, or there's so many things that you can do, or so
Oh,
many things that you can have fun with. And
1000%. Yeah. There's not enough time to explore life and the universe
exactly,
and all these different things. Yeah, I agree with that. Because you know this, like I've always wanted to try different things. I keep picking up new hobbies and letting them go. You're very well aware of this. And if I had a lot of time, like I would spend more time diving deeper into these things, right?
exactly. And we
Which
can't
would
because we
make,
just can't afford the
yeah,
time.
yeah, exactly. We just can't afford the time, even if, but do you think, like, for if even if we had like 12 hours more, do you think it would help us do this
No,
or no?
we'd be asked to work for like 10 hours out of this 12 hours extra.
Work for exactly. But it would, 1 second,
Are you getting a
sorry.
call? I will entertain all our watchers till then. We have two watchers. Hey guys. So basically, don't be like me. I'm old. I'm 27. Okay, that's basically 100 already, and I haven't done too much in life. I've just been working for somebody else. Really boring. I wouldn't suggest. So yeah, don't be like
Yeah.
us.
So what was I saying? Hmm.
I like how smoothly you just came in. By the way, beautiful. I love it.
Yeah. What was I saying?
Yeah. You're
Huh.
talking about having an extra 12 hours,
Oh yeah,
which
yeah. Because you would think like, oh, I'll work for the 8 hours that you do, and then I'll have extra hours to do what I want. Except the 8 hours for sleeping and 8 hours for working. You have 8 hours to chill. But no, no.
yeah, you
Society will be
don't.
like, yo, work for
Yeah.
work for 24 hours, and then you have 12 hours extra to chill.
Oh my God, there's actually this article I read. I forgot the
Hmm.
name of the drug, but they developed so somebody developed this drug which basically gives you all the benefits of caffeine, but without any of the drawbacks. So you don't have that sudden crash. You don't
Hmm.
have any of the health problems. You can stay awake for the entire night. You can stay awake for 24 hours with no problem with one pill apparently. And the
Oh.
first thought I had was, oh my God, we're going to go into a dystopian future where we don't even get to sleep. We're just going to be working 24/7. Like, shit, that's terrible. But yeah,
Yeah, I certainly am not a fan of that.
yeah,
But
definitely.
no, yeah, but that's the thing. Depends on how you see it, right? Because there are, of course, I'll never be able to do everything I want to do, but the things I really want to do, I think I'll be able to do them. I still think I have enough time.
Yeah, but you
Because
always have
people
to
give themselves
choose.
deadlines, right? Like I have to do this within this much time, I have to do that within that much time, right? Like people give themselves deadlines and goals, right? Like a lot of people do,
Yeah.
and they follow that. And if they and that like that's a good thing, because maybe it pushes you to finish it in that time, like
Hmm.
we've done it. But also it gives you the perspective where, like, oh, I don't have enough time to do this because I only have like this many years or this many months to get this, and I'm
Yeah.
nowhere near, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Hmm. But if you think
Definitely.
about it, it's like you do have a lot of time. Like
I
10
mean,
years is a lot of time if you want to
yeah,
get somewhere or do something.
but it also depends on your goals, I think, because like, okay, imagine 10 years
Hmm.
is a lot of time to get really good at one particular thing. Like I could write for 10 years and become a really good writer, and I could be one of the
Hmm.
best in the world and so on, blah, 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 whatever. But even if I'm not famous and rich and all that, I could still have the skills that could compare me with the best. But let's say I want to be a writer, but I also want to learn how to make amazing pizza, and I want to learn how to make
Hmm.
pasta from scratch without any mistakes and have that super bouncy dough where if I press it once, it just comes back and punches me in the face.
Yeah,
Like that
exactly.
sort of
Yeah.
stuff. I can't do. Okay, those are just three examples. But let's say I want to learn how to, repair a freaking AC. I mean, because I tried that once and I failed miserably. But stuff like that, I can't learn all of that in 10 years. Like, sure, I could learn a bit of it. I could learn how to do the basics of it, but I'm never going
You
to
could.
be a pizza chef like I am a writer unless I dedicate more time to pizza than writing.
Yeah, true. I agree with that. Like it depends on how much, like if you want to do it, you got to do it now. But also think about you yourself 10 years ago. Like if we take 10 years as an example, right? Like you are very different from what you were 10 years ago. Like the things you wanted are also different, right?
Yeah.
Am I right? Like,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
is it the same? So the things you wanted were different. So if at that time you wanted to become a pizza chef, then 10 you would be one now, right? It depends on how much time
See,
it takes to do things,
I
right?
wanted to sell homemade Asian food, and we all know how that turned out.
That was like 3 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And it was a
again,
it,
that
it,
But
it
I
was it
wouldn't
was
blame that fully on you, though. There were lots of circumstances that were like, you know, preventing you from doing it,
and
including yourself.
of
But
course
you know,
including
there were
myself.
other ones too.
But
Yeah.
there was an entire country of people who were like, I think this is spoiled. Hello. It's like, you dumb
Yes.
shits. But yeah.
No, but uh, again, it depends on like, I still think if you wanted to, you can't do everything, of course. Like we don't have that much time. I agree with that. But
Yeah.
if we still want to, like, if you still want to go into pizza, I think you could do it. But like if you keep doing it
Yeah,
for
this
that many
I
years,
can
right?
always switch. Yeah, switching is
Mm,
not an
mm.
issue. I think it's just more of like,
And that's something, and that's an issue a lot of people have. Like I've talked to a lot of people who are like, I wanted to do this once, I want to do that once, but now I'm working in this field and I can't switch. And I'm always like, but you can, like, it is possible, you still
yeah.
have time.
Yeah, switching is
Like you're
always
not
possible.
so late
Definitely.
in your life that you can't start something new. And 90% of the people I talk to disagree with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they think it's too late for them, they cannot do it now because
I
they're in
mean,
this job, like they've been working in that job for 5 years, they've set up blah blah blah, and they think no, it's not possible for
okay,
me.
5 years is a little too less to like consider that career for the rest of your life if you're not happy with it. Because 5 years is like
Yeah.
nothing. But if you're working for like 20 years in a field and then you want to switch, then I can understand because you're used to a certain way of life and you're not going to get the same salary for a very, very long time and you're not going to have the
Hmm.
necessary skills, blah, 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 experience, as they say.
But still possible.
But still possible. Yeah, definitely. I like, there are a lot of people who have switched careers very late into their lives and it has worked out really well for them.
Yeah, oh, dude, a lot of people. And the thing is, even no, the thing is in India, right? It's an issue with keep, like, your parents sent you to this school, so you have to
Yeah,
study, like you have to work in the same field as the school you went to, as the degree you got, and like you can't leave because you'll
that's true.
disappoint them, wasted money, all that. Like they have these perceptions, right?
Yes, I'm looking
To
at
keep
one like
up,
that right now.
society's expectations on them. So that adds to the reason why you can't leave a job, and like supporting families, whatnot, because like switching is risky, right, financially and
It is, yeah.
everything. And so there are lots of reasons that people are like, I can't do this, like, I have to do this for the rest of my life. But I still think it is possible. Like if you really want to do it, it's possible. You
It
can find
definitely
time,
is.
like if you Mhm.
I mean,
like if you convince yourself, right?
yeah, I don't think it's ever too late to switch anything in you want to do in
Yeah.
life. It's never too
Hmm.
late to get out of a job or
Hmm.
any relationship that you're not happy with in general. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think there's ever going to be a space in life where you can't do something just because you've done it for so many years, because that's like
Mhm.
the sunken cost fallacy, where you're like, okay, I put so much time in, so I'm going to continue putting time in and I'm going
Yeah.
to regret it more later, and it's going to keep getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. Yeah, so that part
Yeah.
is, it's stupid. Like, I mean, it's really hard to get out of thinking like that as well, so I understand that part of it. But it is stupid to just give in to the time you spent doing something while you don't actually have to
Yeah.
do it.
And it is also harder, like in different parts. So like in the East, like with more collectivist societies as opposed to like individualistic ones like America and stuff, it is much harder to do such things
Yeah,
because you are always thinking about others instead of yourself, right?
yeah,
Like I imagine the ratio of people switching jobs there at any stage is much higher than people who do it here.
definitely,
Mm.
yeah. Because like,
Mm.
even when I think about, there are a lot of people from other countries who I know who switch jobs. Not too many
Mm.
in India. Of course, there are people in India. It's not like there's
Yeah,
nobody,
oh, of course.
but
Yeah, yeah. Mm.
it's lesser. Yeah, the number of people definitely lesser.
Mm.
But
Yeah, but
again,
like again, yeah, tell me.
but the only problem I have with that is that in the end you're still switching. You're still forced to choose one over the other. Like that's I think that's the reason why
Mm.
people love food YouTubers so much. Like, we watch Mikey Chen a lot and we watch some other people, but he gets to do literally everything he wants. Like,
Yeah.
he gets to eat, he gets to make videos which he likes doing, he gets to explore new cities, he gets to travel, he gets
Yeah.
to go to the gym for however long he wants, he gets to meet new people, he gets to broaden his mind a lot, he gets to do
Mm.
anything, he gets to do literally whatever he wants, and
Yeah, yeah.
he has fuck you money, he can do whatever the fuck he wants with the money as well.
He's opened restaurants and stuff
Yeah,
too. Mm.
so he's done so much like that. I think that's the freedom that comes
Yeah.
where you change your passion to a
Mm.
career, as they
Mm.
say. because like for example, if we did this, I mean, it doesn't have to be the podcast. If we made something together, if we made a TV show, movie, uh, any animated series, like no spoilers, but still anything like that, and it got us the money we needed, we wouldn't be working the jobs that we don't want to do at all. Like I know you already don't. You're going to shove it in my face right now. But there are you
No, I
have
didn't have to say it.
yeah, but
Yeah,
you have taken a couple of jobs that you weren't completely happy doing, but you were like, okay, it's still like, okay, it's still
totally.
better than Indian jobs, so I'll take it.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't have to do all that shit. We could just do whatever we wanted. We could literally be like, you know what? The next show I make or the next movie I make is going to be this movie about this guy who makes ramen. Oh no, I have to go to Japan and research about this.
Oh no.
How do the Japanese make ramen? Oh,
Yeah.
I'll have to spend weeks taking videos of different places. Oh, it's gonna be such a pain, but I guess I gotta do it. And you can just do that for anything.
True. That's
Like the
true. No.
like the like the people who make Chef's Table, I hate them, especially so, because they're like, so you have to research who makes good food, okay? Like that's really hard, you know. Like, hey, which places are really good to eat? Oh my god, that's such a frustrating job to do. And then you're like, okay, I get to go and talk to these guys and interview them, and I get to shoot videos, and I get to edit those videos, and I get to add in like beautiful music. I get to take
And eat
beautiful
their
shots
food.
of everything, yeah, and eat their freaking food for free probably.
Yeah, because they made it for the shot. You know who's going to eat it.
Exactly. And you know, you go to people like freaking Massimo, and you go to Gagan Anand, and they're like, hey, we're booked for the next 1 year, and they're like, yeah, we're here to shoot Netflix Chef's Table. They're like, whoa, okay, let me make something for you. And
Hey,
like,
come into my kitchen.
woo! I mean,
No, yeah, that's true. No, and that is pretty cool. You know, like yeah, people that can do anything they want. Like that's the thing with a lot of people who are on social media and YouTube and popular that way, where because of that they because the thing is they don't have any they can take financial risks basically,
yeah,
and because of that they can go into new avenues, and whatever they go into they already have a fan base ready to participate in it.
like freaking
So
Mr.
it's
Beast.
yes, so it's not like low risk at all. Like it just adds to
Like,
what they're doing,
you
right?
know what, sir? If you ever get like 3 viewers per or 5 viewers per stream, or maybe even 10, we should be like, hey, all of you guys, could you just like go ping Mr. Beast real quick to check out our channel, and then fucking leave the stream so he's like, oh, these guys have like 0 streamers. Oh, here is 10,000 for each of you. And I'm like, oh, yeah, thank you.
Yes, 10,000 on Twitch. Twitch takes what, 30%, and then
Well, we can't donate to us on Twitch, but you can buy us a coffee
yeah.
for $10,000.
Yes, of course. No, but yeah, again, it depends. But I still feel like even though it's not as easy, and I'm not at the stage I want to be at, I can to an extent like choose what I want to do, but not outside my field. It still has to be in the field to earn a living, right?
Yeah.
And I'll, like, you can answer after this, but for me, I don't think I'll be doing animation all my life. I don't want to do it all my life. Like I want to try new things. I want to get into, I want to try different things, right? Like maybe teach or something like that, right? So I want to go into other fields and try new things all my life, like, and like that will be difficult for me. I know it's going to be difficult, and like I may have to like try to do anime. I don't know the future, but yeah, but I'm still gonna actively try to pursue new interests and do new things. Like maybe it may be anything. Like it could be like us writing, a film or something, because I do want to direct films in the future. I do want to produce. I do want to do a lot of things,
Mhm.
but like I will slowly work towards it while still understanding that I can do it. I'm not going to be like, no, it's not possible, I have to do animation all my life. But yeah, what about you?
I mean, I've never. One of the things I've been very particular about is that I've never limited myself to only writing. So
Hmm.
while that has worked horribly in the past against me, I will be very clear
Hmm.
about that. But while it has worked horribly against me in the past, I've also realized that like I'm not going to get bored doing what I do, because it's not restricted to any one thing. Like I'm going to have a lot of writing, I'm going to have a lot of strategy, I'm going to have a lot of video editing, video shooting,
Hmm.
voiceovers, uh, doing like even something like this. But like this podcast has given me so many skills that I can actually translate into a job,
Hmm.
which is pretty. freaking cool. Like I had no idea how to do audio editing in general before. Like of course I knew how to do it, but I didn't know how to do it in a good way. And then for the podcast, I had to figure out like, okay, how can I make Sid's voice sound better? How can I make Audie's voice sound better? How can I make my own voice sound better? And because our mics pick up like this really unfiltered version of
Yeah.
everything, and we need to make sure we modulate it a bit. So all that
Hmm.
stuff I learned, and I could easily translate it to doing basic audio editing every time we shoot a video for like my office. And I'm just like, okay,
Yeah.
to be very fair, like I stressed on the importance of audio, and they still fucked it up because every video sounds different. Because I just did basic audio editing, very basic, like very basic EQ and noise removal. And I was like, okay, now you can do the rest of it and just finish the video so that it sounds good. And it's the exact same thing I did, and and
No,
it
but
just changes so much. Sorry, it's a tangent, but yeah, it just pisses me
yeah,
off.
understandable. But no, the thing is, you're talking about all these different things, but you're still applying them in the same area.
Not really, because if you look at where, the places I've worked at as well, I've worked for ad agencies. We worked in that place, you know, the place we worked in together. That place that wasn't.
But you did ad for them
It was ad,
also.
yeah. I mean, yeah, of course, it was ad for them also. But even in the ad agency, I wasn't
No, I'm
doing
talking
only
about
ad,
totally
right?
different fields though. Like not even similar. Like of course even I can apply my skills anywhere of editing and this and that, right? But I'm talking about like from like writing to cooking per se, like like that kind of switch, not like
No,
a
but
lateral switch,
even if I was cooking, I would
Hmm.
be
Hmm.
I would be cooking on a channel of some sorts. I would not be
Yeah,
or
these
a
skills would
account or
help you,
something.
of
I would
course.
definitely not
Yeah.
go into a restaurant to cook because I know I will die from the stress on this. Like I already look old. I already have white hair. I'll probably just come out looking like an old man after one day. I don't know how much
Yeah.
cocaine I'll be doing over there because of
Dude,
everyone.
okay.
I only heard horror stories about chefs. Like okay, like do you remember? I don't know. You won't remember. But we went to this. We went to food hall in Lower Parel.
Parel.
Yeah, and we went. There was this Japanese thing
I
going on over
remember
there,
this.
and you remember the chef? Yeah,
I
for
do.
so for anyone who's watching or listening, I went to the chef. He was making some cool stuff. He was making sushi, I think, at the time, or something like that. And I was like, dude, I really want to become a chef. Could you give me some advice on how to become a chef? And this guy looks me dead in the eye with like a kill me look, and he's like, don't become a chef. Like, whoa, okay, cool.
He was having a very good day apparently.
Or a good life in general.
But yeah, I think it's still possible, like for us, like if we want, we can start a restaurant. Like I still think we can do something like that.
Of course,
Start, like you can
definitely.
get into any, even when I am talking about designing, I can go into another field of design, I believe, if I put in enough work in this, right? Like,
Of course.
and
And
that is still possible.
like, for Christ's sake, said I'm working in a design studio.
Yeah,
Could
exactly.
I oh, the random goes back, what's up, man? But yeah, so the thing is, like, even my only point is we've through luck, through sheer fucking luck, I would say, and nothing else, our interests lay in this place, which is so important for any career we choose. Like, you can't have a single career in the world right now without needing media exposure of some sort, especially online. So
Yeah,
irrespective
that's
of
the
which
new.
career we go to, like, let's say
It's
tomorrow
the
I
new
become a
marketing
data
company, right?
analyst. Yeah,
They say like YouTubers and all these social media influencers, they're the new marketing firms and
basically, yeah.
companies, basically. Yeah.
No, but imagine if I become like a freaking data analyst tomorrow. I can't imagine. I would definitely fuck over a lot of databases. I'm going to be very honest, but it would be. I would be like, hey, okay, I'm going to do this data analysis stuff, but I'm really new to this, and I know that automatically means you're not going to pay me as much, but I will take care of all your social media in addition to the data analysis job, so pay me more. And I can actually get away with that. And,
Yeah, you can.
And they can't be like, oh no, I don't need social media. Like, fuck you, everyone needs social media. You can't do shit. It's one of the core skills that you need in life.
And yeah, the thing is, like, it's nice to have different skills because yeah, you can apply it, if you have different jobs. Like for example, when I teach, I can use my design skills to create, like to create teaching content basically,
Yeah.
which makes it more easier and interesting when I'm teaching my students, right? So I
Exactly.
think that's where I'm like, oh, I have these skills, I can apply it here, and that
Exactly.
helps me. And
Uh,
yeah.
and
Mm.
it can even go a lot further, because like, so for example, I was talking to you about this as well when I found out. But I have multiple friends in ad, obviously, because I was in the field, and I did a course that basically specialized in
Friends and
advertising.
family.
Friends and family. That's actually very true.
Yes.
Bro, I'm pretty sure nobody watches these streams other than me. Can you guys just turn back to Weeb 101? No! All anime
That's
right
what
now
you
sucks.
yeah, legend. You just want us to shit on stuff like we don't like this. Like, what's the point?
Okay, Random Otaku, let me give you a real quick Weeb 101 episode. Anime sucks, don't watch it. Anyway, let's go on.
Anime sucks, don't watch it. Look at my Kakashi tea. What did we say? Kekashi. What did we call it?
Kekeshi.
Kekashi. But yes,
Bro, I don't know this Naruto thing, bro. But yeah,
the
so
Natori.
the Natori, of course. But yeah, what I was saying was, fuck, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, so I have a lot of friends and family in the ad industry.
Yeah.
And the thing is, even my dad, who's worked in ad for 45 years or something now, doesn't know how to do SEO properly. And because, and it's not like that's a bad thing, because that's not really not his job profile at all. He knows a lot of other skills, but he's very niche in certain ways. And good for him, because his skill set is very high demand in India, but it's also very niche. And he intentionally, like, he strategically was like, I'm going to go into this, I'm going to start learning right now, and I'm going to become the head of the department when I can, so that if anyone wants someone to do this, I can just switch jobs whenever I want. I was like, God damn it, you're freaking planning this shit so much. I'm just going to like jump from career to career whenever I can.
Yeah, but again, those are two different paths that work. Like, you can't say dedicating your life to doing one thing doesn't work, because there are people
Of
who
course
do
it
that.
works. Yeah, it's
And it's so
100%.
fucking amazing how
Yeah,
they do it, right?
yeah,
But
100%.
like Kim Jong-gi, for example, the motherfucker, the god. So like his whole life, that's all he did, right? He just drew, and he became one of the best artists in the world, right? And like, again, dedication helps, but I would say that's not the only way to do it.
Yeah, that's
And
not the
am I
only way.
saying that because that's not the way I want to do it, or am I saying because I know that that's not the only way? I
Well,
don't know.
every person who has achieved pinnacles in what we like, whether it comes to movies with Kubrick, or
Yeah,
animation with way too many people, but I'm just going to say Ghibli in general, let's say.
Miyazaki.
And yeah, and stuff like that, they all talk about how being obsessive is the best way to I know like every stream you're just like unsubbing and disliking. What is wrong? What is the problem? I'm just so confused. Damn, he actually disliked it.
Jojo. Just wants you to
Oh my
watch
god,
Jojo.
listen, I will read Jojo. Okay, my god,
I have
chill.
watched enough Jojo to make up for Bruno
Yeah, that's
watching
true.
Jojo.
He's watched Jojo. He made his brother watch Jojo. Come on, there are enough Jojo fans in this freaking.
Stone Ocean is pretty fun. It gets weird as fuck, but it's pretty fun.
What? Jojo gets weird? Oh, no, say that's not possible.
No, this gets weirder than the previous ones, trust me. But anyways.
Yeah. Then watch Jojo and talk about Jojo. Okay. Here are my thoughts on Jojo. Surprise, Random Otaku. I actually watched it. Sucked ass. I stopped it in like 3 minutes. Anyway. So basically, a lot of these people in the a lot of these people in the industry do not know certain skill sets. Like, I know friends who are like really, I know a friend who's fully into strategy, who went into strategy after writing content for a long time. I know this other person who was only into content and the creative aspect of it, and didn't have any idea about the data and analysis of it. And I was telling you, I was like, yo dude, Sid, do you know that knowing SEO and knowing how to use Google Analytics is actually a different job? Like, they're two different jobs. And you're like,
yeah, that was weird.
And I was like, what? Why? Like, how? So basically, that sort of stuff is very interesting to me, because it's all just stuff that I had an interest in, and it translates to multiple different things. Because knowing analytics alone can take me from a client side, from a agency side to a brand side work, and I'll be just fine. But it's still the same industry, I understand that, but I can switch a lot of the job roles in the industry very easily.
Yeah, you can. And doing like these personal projects and stuff that we like, I think it's really important to keep doing personal projects apart from your work or whatever, because that helps you create things for yourself. Because like if you're working for a company, everything you're making for the company.
Yeah,
Like you may get to a
it
stage where you start doing it for yourself, but you can
but
get
still
to that
belongs to
stage
the
earlier.
company.
Yeah, you can start making stuff for yourself.
Yeah,
Like you, and it can be fun. You don't have to do what you do. It doesn't have to be like, you know, data analysis or whatever you do for your company. It can be anything, right?
yeah,
And that helps you develop more skills like these that you can apply, for example, right? And get into
mm.
new interests and stuff.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
it's really fun. Like both of us like cooking, like we cook a lot, right? And I
Yeah,
think even when I'm cooking, plating or something, I do apply my design skills like color theory and all that. Like I think it does
my
play a role,
God.
like that knowledge, right?
Yeah, it
Technically, like
does.
it
It
does
does.
play a role. Like what even like even for this podcast, like things I do, like, you know, the banners and everything, I am using things I learned in college, right?
You
So,
are.
and in the podcast, like, you know, talking, keeping a conversation going, all that stuff, right? These are
Yeah.
skills that you like. This is something that,
Soft
yeah,
skills, Sid.
I used to hate it when I was in school. They like
Yeah.
going on stage and speaking and elocutions and all. I used to do it, but I used to hate it. Like I used to be like, I don't want to do this. Like I don't see the point.
Point
And
of
when
it.
I did, I just used to look blank, like at the wall. I wouldn't even look at the people because there are too many people, right? So I just look at the wall and speak. But now it's like, now it's cool. Like it's because like through the podcast, and this has become more chill. You know, like
Yeah.
it's not like, I think it's helped me, doing that has helped me here, you know, putting my thoughts out. And even, yeah, I was talking about cooking, right? We may do something related to cooking in the future, and like we won't be the best. We haven't gone to chef school and stuff, but we'll have like, you know, we'll always we'll be a little like a few steps up the ladder already, like, you know,
We will.
right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just a little distracted by the weird ass comments that Random Otaku is leaving. Dude,
Yeah,
are you
just
okay?
ignore it.
Are you drunk? Are you underage drinking?
Just ignore it.
Yeah,
No, but yeah, we'll be a few steps higher.
we will.
Like, no, like if you want to start a restaurant, like we've talked about, right, in the future, and like suppose you wanted to cook for your, like you can already do that. Like you'll have to learn and practice and make recipes, but you can already do that. Like you can get started in it, right?
Yeah,
And for example, if you want to open a cafe, like I've been getting heavily interested into coffee and the specifics of it and stuff. So like it's something that could naturally transition from a hobby into something I want to do because it's fun, like, you
yeah,
know. So it's still possible. But
yeah.
yeah,
The only thing we
let's
have to
get
figure
back
out is
to it.
how to get like snobby people into the place so that you can be like, this coffee is fruity with hints of like, I don't know, you say
Yes.
like some freaking baboon ass or something and be like,
Baboon.
delicious. But yeah,
Yeah, yes, but speaking of time, yes, random otaku, those things can speed up or slow down time for you.
did you know your metabolism changes how you experience time?
Yeah, I think I have experienced that.
So apparently, the slower your metabolism, the slower you
Hmm.
perceive the passage of time, and the faster the metabolism, it seems like time is passing by really
I thought it
fast.
was the opposite.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
for
maybe I'm
me it's,
remembering it
yeah,
wrong.
maybe I'm wrong also, but yeah, I've experienced the opposite.
Yeah, but I mean, it's one of the two. Like the
Yeah,
metabolism,
the
higher or
slower
lower,
my
makes it faster. Or
metabolism, the
yeah,
fast. Yeah.
and that's so weird because like it's so weird to imagine everybody experiencing time differently.
Hmm.
It's like the thing, where they're like, if our colors, are we really seeing colors the same, or are we just learned to call it some one common name, even though we see different colors? Like maybe an apple is blue for me, but I think that's what red is, and it's actually red for you, and for somebody else, it's like,
No.
I don't know, freaking purple. It's
No, we
like
have Pantone now. I think it's easier and it's not that complicated. Come on.
you can
Pantone
also
codes can't be different for you and me.
you can also experience time if you watch JoJo from part 1 to 6 and then reading from 7 to 8. Okay. I already did it. I tried part 1. Part 1 sucked ass. So I went to part 2 immediately. That was also terrible. And then all the way till
Three was
6.
good, right?
It was 3 was like half decent. So I watched like
Yeah,
half an
yeah.
episode.
Exactly.
And then
And five was really nice too. Four
five
was
five
shit.
I watched one entire episode. 4 I watched like 30
Damn.
seconds. And
Huh.
6 I just like haven't watched yet. So I'll watch 6 and get back to you. Christ. Yeah.
Hmm.
So the main you skipped episodes, yeah.
Well, if you
I
only
had
watched
to.
one level. But yeah.
So the other thing is as you said, we can open a cafe, we can do a lot of things, but we also need to be in a financial position, in a mental position, in a physical position to be able to do all those things and make the switch without having to worry about money or what we'll do to
Yeah.
make ends meet. And or
And
okay, will
then
people come to the cafe, and can we even like keep it going if a lot of people don't come,
mhm.
not only from a financial view but also from like freaking imagine the mental toll it'll take if you invest a lot of time, effort and money into a cafe and nobody just comes in.
No, yeah, 100%. It takes a toll. And also, speaking of also how it relates to time, like if you start something new, you have lesser experience.
Yeah,
And the way society works is people tend to go to like people who have been doing things for a longer time. Like the longer you're doing something, the more people trust you apparently. Like that's how the world works, right? So it's also, unless you're like really good at something where you blow people's mind, it's going to be difficult to get people also, right, to
it will. Yeah,
get that much money to get into that field because you have lesser experience. Like I got into coffee, like I've been doing it for 1 year, but the cafe next door has been doing it for 10 years. So like, it's fucking
yeah.
difficult.
No,
But I still
okay.
think it's possible.
You remember that ramen place we went to in Bandra, which was like shit, I forgot the name. What is it called?
Izumi.
Izumi. Yes, thank you. Yeah. So remember we were like fanboying over the freaking degree that the person had in ramen school in Japan. I was like, whoa, this person must be like really freaking
Oh,
good. And then it turned out to be shit. I had to fix
dude,
that shit.
I know what those ramen schools are. That doesn't make anyone a pro.
Yeah.
That's like a weekend cooking class, but like it goes on for a little longer. And a lot
See,
of people do it. Like we both can. But after I'm saying, I'm not saying it doesn't help you. It gives you the basics of how to make ramen. Like it tells you about tare and this and that, and they do like a few cooking tests.
wait, that's all they do.
But yeah, literally that's all they do. You can look it up. Like you pay a certain amount, go to
Oh,
Japan for a
Christ.
week or 2 weeks, and then you come back. But
Oh
after that, you need to put in a lot more fucking work, dude.
my God.
Hmm.
That's fucking sad.
Yeah, that's what it is.
No wonder it was so bad.
So yeah, that ramen wasn't like that ramen wasn't up to par at all.
I mean,
But yeah,
that's why, of
Izumi is popping now, dude. They have like two branches,
course,
I think, like in
of
Banda.
course.
They're like, and like we maybe
Okay.
we'll go try again. I don't
But
know.
come on, you put like freaking rice noodles in hot water mixed with MSG and tell Indians it's ramen, they're gonna lap it up. Oh,
Did they have rice noodles?
no, I'm just saying if you do that,
Oh,
and
okay, yeah, yeah.
if you like sprinkle in like a few spring onions, sprinkle in a couple of other vegetables, and be like, oh yeah, this is pho, and they'll be like, whoa, so fancy, exotic, my god, and they'll just drink it. They'll drink it fully. Are they putting poppy seeds in there? No. And are poppy seeds a reference to JoJo? Because that's all I'm expecting from you right now.
No, it's just he's talking about poppy seeds,
Okay,
like
cool.
hmm,
I know
like
people.
khaskhas. Hmm.
I know people use poppy seeds to sleep. Apparently, it helps sleep. Helps
Which
people
poppy,
sleep.
bro?
So, bro, that is up to you to decide. But yeah, the ramen was freaking terrible, and I was talking to this person, very picky person about their food as well, which I really appreciate actually. They were talking about how freaking bad
Yes.
ramen is in Mumbai. And this is a person who's gone to New York and eaten at Ivan's Ramen, okay? So they know their shit in some way. And
Legit, yeah,
yeah,
that's legit.
and they were like, "Oh my god, I'm not even kidding. I went to this restaurant and they said that they had ramen and it was basically MSG water with a little bit of miso in it." I was like,
Veggie water with a little. Yeah, dude. It's yeah. That's what we've experienced here too, right? Getting
"Yeah,
all excited, going to have, and we're like, like, we could have made it better ourselves at home.
we could have, yeah."
But again, it's good that they're like at least we have ramen, like it because like it's difficult to get things from other countries here because of how our government
There's
is.
there's a place in Kargar now for ramen.
Yeah. See, it may not be legit, it may be like an Indianized version, but
It
it's a start, I'll say. It's a start. I hope it gets better,
Yeah,
you know.
Audie saw the katsu and he was like, "This looked like chicken strips." It's like, yeah, like he said it was so thin that they looked like they just like put in like a little slice of chicken and that was it.
Just one strip of katsu. That's it.
No, it's like it is from the top it looks like katsu, but then if you look at the z-axis, like very very thin. So he was not
I
happy
see.
about it. But I was thinking if I go there, I'll just try it out and see what the ramen is like and
Yeah.
bring back some
For
chicken for
example,
Audi.
yeah, and it is possible because like if you see pizza, like in Mumbai, you're getting like pretty fucking good pizza nowadays,
You are,
which
yeah,
you wouldn't,
you are getting really
which you
good
never
pizza.
did like a few years ago. This was unheard of,
Yeah, I would say the
and
pizzas are actually like
they're
really freaking good.
actually fucking good. Yeah, like they're actually doing a good job. Like they know how to do it. They're making it properly. Like all around India, right?
Yeah,
So
which is
so
fantastic.
yeah, yeah, which is we love that. But yeah, with time, I think it'll
Although I
get
swear to
better.
God, Sid, I'm a little tired of Indians and their idea of good pizza, because I've talked to so many people who are like, I love Oven Story pizza. I'm like, oh,
Bro, I've never had oven story pizza. I'm never
stop.
going.
But they're like,
Yeah,
Domino's is so fun. I'm like, shut up.
well, David
MSG
Chang
water
does
is
like
better than
Domino's.
David Chang likes Domino's from another country. In India, they use like freaking jizz instead of cheese.
But the Domino's always gives me diarrhea, you know that.
Yeah, of course.
So I can't have it.
And yeah, MSG water is better than other
That
food.
is true.
Nandemo Taco, but it depends on what you're calling it. If you're calling it MSG water, that's cool. If you're calling it ramen, then no.
Yeah, again, Domino's again like can be good. Domino's is cheap, you know. I understand compared to like
It is
the
Domino's cheap.
Neapolitan style. Well, I haven't had Domino's in a long time. I
Okay.
remember it being cheap.
It is not cheap at
Don't
all.
you get the personal pizza for $70, or is that Pizza Hut?
That pizza has come on it. Why would you want to buy that?
Yeah, it does have cum. It smells like ass, but I'm saying like it's cheap, right?
I mean, okay, sure. If you're looking
You're
at
paying
it that
7
way.
times the price for like a
I
Neapolitan.
mean, but look at the
and-
size also. Like the size has to be good, right?
Okay, yeah.
Oh my god! I just reached Domino's website, and one of their best sellers is paratha pizza.
Bro, fuck off with that shit, bro.
What
Fuck
is
off with
up
that
with
shit.
India? Oh my god!
No, the thing is, a lot of people like it, so they like it's a, like most of the
Yeah,
population
yeah, I
likes it. Like
know,
we are
but
an exception, bro. Like we are not
I
the
know.
majority.
Come on,
We are an
man.
exception complaining here. A lot of people like it, and they love the taste of Domino's because like it's Indian food and pizza mixed together. Like that's what it is, right?
Yeah,
And they're
but there
like,
are
this is
better
fucking amazing.
ways to do it, I feel.
Dude, there
Okay,
are lots
so
of things that make me think why. Like there was this. I was watching this movie in a theater. I'd gone to watch. I think it was Bullet Train,
One Piece,
but
One
they
Piece film,
showed
right?
no, they showed this trailer for this Hindi movie, okay? And it's about this, I forgot the name, but it's about this brother and his three sisters, and he has to work hard, earn money so he can pay dahej to get them married. Like that's the
Wow.
premise of the movie. It's bullshit, right? Like it doesn't make any sense to make a movie about
I mean, but
like
that's at least like
dumb
the
shit like
reality
this.
for a lot of people in India.
No, but who would go watch shit like this? Like I don't understand why this is entertaining. And like
I mean,
dude, that movie sold out. Like you couldn't get tickets for it apparently, I heard,
see,
and I would never watch that.
that is a lot more understandable for me than freaking okay. Chicken
No,
keema
it's
paratha
painful
pizza.
for me.
Oh
Don't, I don't. Bro, you have to buy it and try it.
no freaking way. Paneer paratha pizza. Oh my fucking god. Okay,
Dude,
so
it's just
so a
Mughlai,
margarita with nothing. Okay, literally only cheese. Okay, absolutely nothing on it. Costs $450 without taxes on Domino's.
Fuck that, I'd rather have Matt Pepperoni, honestly.
Exactly, and Matt Pepperoni is not that much more.
Yeah, it's not. It's
And
like
you-
$100 more.
And you get a lot
Rupees.
freaking more for Mad Pepperoni. They don't just give
Everything wise.
Mad
yeah.
Pepperoni doesn't just throw a pizza at you with like no toppings. They have toppings on everything.
No, but the thing is, for a lot of people, like I don't care. Like I can wait forever because I know what it's gonna taste like. But for a lot of people, the time Mad Pepperoni takes to cook one pizza, they'll get
Yeah, of
Domino's and
course.
finish eating it.
Of course, that's true. And Randamataku says Domino's is not cheap in Bangladesh. Domino's is good. You need to eat good pizza, sir. I will send you a recipe. You can make it home. If you start now, you can become the best pizza chef in Bangladesh. And that
You can
sounds
look
good.
for
Chicken
good.
keema parota is good. Chicken keema parota pizza is not even. It shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah.
It's an abomination. It sounds like something Audi would eat. Am I right?
Well, it's the concept.
Huh? You're not a part of the podcast, but yeah, people still know you. Like Nandemo Theme misses you. So would you
Yeah,
eat? Would you
you're
eat
lore,
chicken
you're part
keema
of lore.
paratha pizza? Chicken keema paratha pizza.
Don't.
Yeah, okay. Even Audi wouldn't eat it, Random Otaku. That's how bad it
No,
sounds.
see, again, I will say, if someone like, suppose I'll say I'm not opposed to the idea of it. Like, suppose if Gagan Anand said, yeah, I made a paratha pizza, I'd be like, I'll taste it once. It's strange, but I'll taste it. But the issue is how they
Big
make
difference.
it.
Exactly. If
No,
Gagan
how
Anand
they
says it,
make
that
it.
man has an idea behind it.
Yeah, he knows how to combine the flavors and make it properly, right? It depends
Exactly.
on who's making it. If
Exactly.
Domino's does it, they're gonna use like sugar, like
Of
the
course.
sauce is gonna be
Jizz in
tomato and
it.
sugar. Yeah, basically it's gonna be like the lowest quality, like cheese
Exactly.
jizz basically, and they're gonna use Sam's or Ching's or some shit.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's
Also,
gonna be disgusting.
I've seen the
Hmm.
documentation for Samsung had Samsung. Sorry, what's the name? Domino's had a. Sorry, I've been looking at a lot of Samsung news today. That's why it's on my mind. But yeah, Domino's had a little document put out when they released their personal pizzas, the little ones you get for $50 or whatever. And they don't use cheese. They use cheese substitute. Now, I have no idea what the fuck the cheese substitute means because that wasn't mentioned. But they very clearly do not use the word cheese in any of the references to the pizza. It's just, yeah. Audi is there. Yeah, I live with Audi. Audi always sits right here. Like, I look at Audi every time I do the podcast.
Yeah, Audi is his son.
Yeah.
But anyway, no,
Basically.
okay. So getting back to time of the tangent, right?
Yeah.
Even though it is a waste of time to eat these things, getting back to time, I had a question. So you were talking about how you have limited time, like, and all that, right? So as you get older, like, people say like, it's more difficult to make friends and all that, right?
That's
Because
true.
people tend to choose who they're going to give their time to. Like, when
Yeah.
you're a kid, you're like, yeah, I'll talk to everyone. But you're like, you have your own time and you have to choose how much time of your day and life you're going to give to people, and if that person is worth it. And all, like, that's what people say, right? Like, if you want to, and you decide when you meet someone, like, yeah, do I want to spend more time getting to know this person and all that. So even in that way, it is like,
Yeah, keep
do we
going. I'm
tend
just doing this for
oh
random
my
stuff.
god, you're just showing Audi.
But you can turn
But
around
yeah,
for a second.
bro, you're distracting me, Kusan.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, so yeah, talking about showed
Giving
me
time.
Audi and I forgot my
Giving
point.
time. Choosing where you give time.
Yes, so choosing where you give time, right? Do you all like, do you tend to use it that way? The more older you get, the more older you get, like a currency, would
I
you
mean,
say?
I definitely understand that aspect of it. Really, I don't have a lot of people to talk to. I actually am talking to a lot more people now than ever in my life. I feel, and
Fucking amazing.
and a lot of new people, a lot of different opinions, a lot of new lifestyles that I've never even considered in my life. I share stream to friends. God fucking damn it. 120 episodes in, we show you Audi and you share the stream to your friends. What about the time he was there? He was there for like 100 of them.
Like 50, come on. But yeah, anyways, continue.
Yeah. So I definitely see how people can realize that time is very valuable and you have to choose who to spend it with. But at the same time, I don't see it that way personally.
Yeah.
Because wait, you know what? The best way to say this would be to let me just look at the name because
the name.
Yeah. So if you remember, I'd shared a podcast with you called A Little Bit of Optimism. You remember that?
Oh no, I don't.
Yeah, okay. I didn't expect you to, but I really thought you would because it's Simon Sinek's podcast.
Oh, I never heard it. Also, I should check it out.
Yeah, you should.
Anyways,
I told you to check it out, and you didn't. But anyway,
you probably said that in your dream.
I did not.
About me,
The day I listened to the first episode, I was like, Sid, you have to freaking listen to this episode right now. And you asked me why, and I told you exactly this. The first person, okay, Simon Sinek's close personal friends. Okay, Simon freaking Sinek. Okay, he's a motivational speaker for those who don't know. He's a business helper.
One of the good ones.
he's a business strategist, and he helps you fix your business. Okay. He is so far away from food, right? Simon Sinek's first episode is with Christina Tosi.
Oh yeah, you did fucking tell me about this. I remember now.
And it was,
Christina Tosi. Damn, I gotta check that out. Dude.
And I learned from that podcast, okay, that she's married to Will Guidara. Okay.
Oh, you did tell me. Yes.
And he's the person who runs 11 Madison Park. Okay, these are two freaking food giants.
Yeah, food giants.
This is the first joint interview they gave in their life. You know why they've been doing individual interviews. They didn't even mention Levin Madison Park in Christina Tosi's episode in Chef's Table, if you remember. Do you know why they did? Do you know why they did a joint interview for the first time in their life ever in 2021?
Why?
Because Simon Sinek asked them to.
My God.
Because he's such a good friend and he's such good friends with everybody. If you go to the freaking list of the episodes he has, so. Of course, I'm not saying that you need to only be friends with famous people. That's not my freaking point. Please don't misjudge what I'm saying. Okay, it's just that if a person like, of course, and we also, I just need to say a few things here because I understand that famous people and rich people have a lot more opportunities to network with others, but we have the freaking internet. We can talk to people. If I can, me, little alone man, can find new people to talk to. I'm sure anyone can.
You can always talk to new people. Like you just have to do it. You know, you have to go out there and put yourself out there.
Exactly.
And even I don't believe like in the thing where I have to give my time and use it as a currency. I'm open, like, you know, for me it's fun, you know, it's an interesting thing getting to know people, getting to know their little universes, because like it's like trying something else, right? Like a new interest. So I find it really fun to like go out and meet people and stuff, and like I don't treat it as like oh, I only have 6 people I want to know for the rest of them. I'm okay with, like, you know.
Yeah, and I think the more people that you actually talk to, what you are saying is true, because it is definitely you definitely need to invest a lot of time into people, and I'm not agreeing with that. But yeah.
We both, no, but they talk about circles, right? Like a lot of people have this concept of circles, like, you know, you have your closest circle and then farther, like the amount of time you spend with people, you put them into different circles kind of thing. Where I haven't categorized it like that, but I guess that naturally happens where you tend to spend more of your time with people you're closer to, or no matter how long you've known them for, that you feel closer to, right? And then you have some people who, you know, you're well off with them, but you don't spend as much time with them kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So that does happen naturally.
Yeah, I do have a freaking friend who I've been trying to talk to for a very long time. Hasn't been talking to me. I really like the person. She's very, I mean, not in a romantic way before this little kid on our stream starts saying that, but just in a very platonic way where she's a very fun person to talk to, very smart person. So she doesn't have time to really talk, or she doesn't choose to invest the time to talk, which is understandable, but sucks at the same time. But yeah, like the more than I understand circles completely, but the thing is, relationships don't feel meaningful unless there is a bit of effort and time invested by both parties. Like if we are going out to eat, or if we are doing something together, or if, you know, I remember your birthday and then don't say anything to you, and that's what shows the effort, and that's there for everybody. Like,
thanks.
And that's there for everybody, right? Like if somebody's having a bad day and I don't even know what people do, but I usually just call them over and I drink and eat with them. But if, say, you send them flowers, or you send them like a coffee or something, or their favorite Starbucks drink or whatever, even that sort of stuff, it's not about the thing itself, but it's about the fact that you remembered and you know that they're having a bad day and you're helping them out because you care in some way.
Also, it depends if you're close enough to know that they're having a bad day.
Of course. That is definitely there. But you can also have a lot of friends, and you need to be able to invest the time into each one of them.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's nothing wrong with having like shallow friendships where you're like, it's just a hi bye thing. We talk once in a while, because I have a lot of friends like that too. But the ones where you really want to invest in, really want to have a meaningful relationship with, I feel like you have to invest your time and figure out how to do it best. Well, it's definitely not hard to find new friends and invest that time. But
It's not hard, yeah.
yeah,
You'll
I can
meet
see.
people who you're like, after 30 seconds, you're like, nah,
Yeah,
this ain't gonna happen. But you meet a lot of interesting people
yeah.
too.
And I've
Hmm.
met people who like after talking to them for like 2 minutes, I'm like, holy shit, I'm gonna talk to this person for as much as I can. So it's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm bored. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry. You have too many friends and you can't relate to our lonely lives. Freaking kid.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah, but like I see my parents, like they tend to choose their time more than I do, like
of course.
because they like relatively they have a lot of time, but yeah, compared to me they may be like, oh, I don't have as much time as you, but
Yeah.
they tend to be more strict about who they spend their time with, like I don't want to hang out with this person, I want to go meet these
Yeah,
people
but
every weekend, not this people,
that's
but
also like I feel like the
hmm,
previous generation in general has that has a lot of biases which come
hmm.
along with this thing. So they're like, oh, that guy, oh my god. You know, like I know a lot of people are like, oh my god, that guy has tattoos. Don't talk to him.
Yeah.
Like even
No,
before I got
and
tattoos and I was sure I
hmm,
wasn't going to get one, I was like, yeah, fuck you guys. If you think
hmm,
you shouldn't speak to someone because of tattoos, it makes like they're like, oh, he's probably a punk or like he's a criminal or something. Like, no, that doesn't
hmm,
even make
hmm.
sense, dude. What the fuck?
Dude, even uh even it does, like it's okay even if they're like, one of my roommates had been to prison for like 2 years, and I told one of my friends like, yo, don't talk to him, like, are you okay, are you safe? I'm like, yeah, he's a cool guy, like he's like he's really nice, like, you don't have to, like,
I
it's
mean, but
understandable,
it
like
also
why
depends on
people
what you're
make
going to prison
perceptions.
for.
Yeah, what you're going to prison for, but two
Like,
years smuggling drugs,
yeah,
it's okay, right?
yeah.
Not
Like
that big a
if you're
deal.
in prison because of marijuana possession, which in the
Yeah,
US is now being overturned, that's okay. If you're
yeah,
in
that's
prison because you're a
okay.
crazy axe murderer, then maybe don't spend time
No,
with
I
that
don't think.
person unless you
No,
want
if you're
to.
an axe murderer, I don't think you'd leave prison in 2 years. Just saying.
Oh, there are a lot of people
I
who
don't think
have
you'd be released in 2 years. Hmm.
like
No,
that,
in a
like that
European
murderer
country.
that I forgot in the US. There's this murderer. I forgot his name, but people were like begging for him to be released because he
Yeah.
was really hot.
Hmm.
You shit? Are you kidding me?
Oh, I heard
He
about
probably
that. Yeah,
goes after
yeah,
people like you and stabs them to death.
yeah.
What the
Basically,
fuck?
yeah. I don't understand that either. No, but I'm saying, like, just because you're in prison doesn't mean you're like
You're a
you're a
bad
shit
person.
person and
Yeah,
no
of
one should
course.
talk to you. Yeah,
Yeah,
there are lots of people who go for wrong reasons for
yeah.
like small things that like
Legality is
you
not
shouldn't even be
morality.
there for. Yeah, exactly. So, and there are people who do terrible shit who deserve to be there. But
Yeah,
the ones who haven't done anything bad, like just, being caught with like 10 grams of drugs, shouldn't go to prison forever.
yeah,
I don't believe
definitely.
that. Hmm.
My video is stuck. Okay, I'll figure that out.
Hmm.
But yeah, I
Again,
definitely
prison
agree.
seems like a huge this of time for me, like
Oh,
never
so
been close, but that just the perception of that is insane. Like as a kid, I used
yeah,
to be, I'm like, if I go to prison, my life is over. And that is the case for many people, like, because that's your time, like that's the
it is.
rest
Yeah,
of your life. It's the same as like when I was in school, I used to be like, it's the same as death. Like going to prison for me is like being dead, because everything is close to me. I can't do anything else in
yeah.
life.
And then we grew up and then realized that we should go to Japan and commit crimes. So we go to Japanese prison where they feed you and let you
Right.
sleep nicely and they give you
Yeah, bro.
recreational activities.
We're just gonna be deported. Come on, you're going to Yerwada
Yeah,
jail over
that's
here.
true. Well, you're going to jail. I'll have to
Yes.
do some. I'll have to figure out a crime where the Japanese are like, okay, he can't deport him, but we don't really want to keep him. Okay, fuck it, we have to keep him somewhere.
At least you'll get those tatami mats, huh?
Yeah, like the dude in Japan who lost millions of people's data because it was on a USB drive and he dropped it somewhere on his
Mhm.
commute. Like
Yes.
I need to steal that and be like, yes, all the data is in my brain. They're like, shit, we can't send him back. Fuck, we need to keep this
Hmm.
guy here. Too much data. I'm like, yes,
Yes,
bring
too
me the
much
miso
data.
soup now.
By the way, a video died for
Yeah, yeah,
some reason.
I'm trying to figure it out
Oh, okay.
as we're talking. But yeah,
Yeah, so the perception of time changes if you're in prison or not, also, right? Like,
mm,
because it must be crazy for people there, like, and it must be like, it might be like, I used to ask my roommate, like, did it suck? How was it over there? He's like, oh, I had a good time, I want to go back there. I was like, wait, what the fuck? Like,
I'm
what are you
bored.
talking about? Like, yeah, I got a lot of drugs.
Interesting.
Yes.
Go to
So
prison for
interest.
carrying 10 grams of drugs, get more drugs in prison.
Yes.
Works.
So I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like I thought, because for me, I thought like going to prison is like the end, right? When I'm like, oh shit, like you're stuck in this thing forever. You can't. But then you have like my roommate Bob, who's like, yeah, it was great. I like it. I prefer it to the outside world. And I was like, that's crazy how he perceives like life in
Yeah.
a different way. You
I
know,
mean,
that's
but
quite interesting. Because he's like, yeah, I'm not smart enough. I can't get a job. At least in prison, I get food and stuff. Like he
yeah,
used to say stuff
I
like, even though he
definitely
had a
see
job,
that.
that's why he could afford to stay in the apartment.
No, but again, like in prison, it's, I mean, if anyone is listening, I am not saying you should do crimes and go to prison at all. But in a
No,
prison
please
system,
don't.
you are expected to do manual labor most of the time, unless you have a
Yeah.
particular skill set, in which case they use that. And
Mm.
you get food, you get shelter, you get clothing. It's not, yeah, of course, it's restrictive as fuck.
And
I'm not
depending on the prison,
romanticizing the prison.
it may be better or worse, right?
Hmm,
So there's like a range of how the
exactly.
conditions are. But yeah,
But
you go to
especially in
Norway,
countries, yeah,
fuck, bro, no, bro, their houses are better than like fucking billionaires do
yeah.
their prison cells.
Yeah, but
But yeah,
if you go to a country which actually cares for its prisoners in the sense that it cares about rehabilitation and not just, you know,
yes, and human
fucking them
rights.
over completely,
Mm,
yeah, and human rights,
mm.
of course, an alien concept to many of us,
Yes.
then
Mm.
it gets really interesting because I can see the
Yeah,
argument a lot of people have.
yeah, I can understand it too. Like there's this show, where world's toughest prisons. This guy who was innocent and he went to prison for 12 years. He came out and he does this TV show where he spends a week in prisons around the world,
Wow.
finding out how the conditions are. He goes to this prison in Cyprus, and there are lots of illegal immigrants who live there
Hmm.
in that prison, and they treat the warden like a god or something. They
What
celebrate
the
her all
fuck?
around. Yeah, because she treats them like humans, and she's
Oh,
like,
okay, okay.
and she doesn't believe that immigrants, like, refugees and all, should be imprisoned.
Yeah,
So she like actually gives them like, even though they're in prison, no freedom and all that, gives
yeah.
them, keeps them there in that country, and they get food and they get to live. So for them, they're like, yeah, this school is better than the life I had back then, where I was running from war and getting killed and stuff in my own country. At least
I
I'm
mean, I
alive
don't
here
think we
and
should
I'm
be
getting
laughing
food.
about that, but okay,
No.
something's wrong with my phone, but I think it finally started. Am I back?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
you're
back.
back, you're
Okay.
back.
Yeah,
So
something's
yeah,
up with my phone. I have to figure it
hmm.
out. Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
So in that situation, it's totally understandable why someone would prefer that. Like,
Yeah,
it
definitely.
all depends on the perspective, right? How you
It
look at
does.
it. Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Especially because like there are so many countries where life is absolute shit. Like I imagine
Yeah.
a lot. So there's actually this real life story that not exactly a person wanting to go to prison, but my sister's friend, who's actually a famous musician now, she was traveling by the local train during her college days, and she was standing by the door as people usually do. And when the train was leaving, this guy just grabs her phone and runs off with it. But thankfully,
You have told this story on the podcast
oh
twice
yeah,
before.
okay,
Hmm.
sorry.
Give a TLDR.
Okay, basically, long story short, the guy who stole the phone was a police chief who was
Hmm.
fired, and he started
Hmm.
stealing phones to make ends meet. And he knew he wouldn't go to prison because he was basically the
Yeah.
head cop over there.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm sure even if he went to prison, he'd probably be treated really well because he was one of them,
Yeah.
so to speak.
Hmm. And
Oh,
yeah.
but by the way, before I forget, speaking of the KKC,
Yes.
fuck was that? But yeah. So speaking of the KKC, that I've said this also, I'm sure, but there's this one drug that people have created where you can spend something like 1,000 years, what feels like 1,000 years, in 1 hour.
Oh yeah,
So
it's like it's a. I forgot the name, but I know what you're talking about.
yeah, so
Yes.
it's like a rehabilitation. Uh,
It's quite old actually. This. It's like acid or LSD or something.
is it
You just
effective?
hallucinate. It is. It works. There are people who've taken it like. I've heard of people who've taken it like live, like, on camera, and in 10 minutes, like, you wake them up and they've lost their shit. They're like, yo, I lived a full life. I got married. I had kids. I had a job.
Wow.
In 10 minutes, he lived a whole
Wow.
lifetime, dude. And I was like, what the fuck?
Holy
And for
shit,
10 minutes, you
Sid.
could just see him like staring up and like kind of spazzing.
Imagine
And
if
for
you
10
die and
minutes,
you
his
wake
friends
up
were
and you're
trying
like,
to.
and they're like, yo, how was the 10 minutes? And like motherfucker, what? They both are like, what the fuck did he just say? What the fuck just
Yeah.
happened over here then? Yeah,
I think that
it's-
was like acid, like a variety of acid. Like I think that guy tripped acid, and yeah, he had this whole experience in life,
super
where
yogi.
yes, basically. And for like that is also quite interesting because that affected for a while. He was just sitting and like he's like, what the fuck just happened, after he
Yeah,
woke up.
it's like
That's fucking
imagine
insane.
imagine you meet the love of your life and you get a house
Hmm.
together and then you have kids
Hmm.
and then I think after that you get the career of your dreams, like you struggle and struggle and struggle and
Mhm.
you open that cafe and you do all that shit and then you wake up and you're like everything's missing and you're like I had a wife, where's my wife, where's my kid,
Yeah, imagine.
where's cafe
Bro,
brew.
what if you're tripping right now?
Listen, if I struggled through this life for 27 years to wake up and realize it was 10 minutes of my actual life, I won't even bother finding out what my actual life is. I will kill myself on the spot over there.
You can live 2 lives though.
No!
Come on. Or maybe more after that.
No! I refuse.
Uh, it's like being immortal. Every day is a lifetime.
Is this real?
With
Okay,
every day is
I'm not
mortal.
sleeping. I'm not sleeping. That's cool.
Hmm.
Nice. But yeah, I mean, that pretty much wraps up most of what we wanted to say. But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, the main thing is I
There's
still
always
feel
time. Take the leap.
exactly. I think we still have time to do what we want to do. I'm pretty sure what we want to do is going to be really freaking hard and it's not going to be easy to handle everything and it's going to require a lot of sacrifice and the obsession and risks that we'll have to take in life at some point, maybe not just yet.
And also you have to be smart about things also, like, and adapt them to how the world
Yeah.
changes.
Yeah. I mean, unless you're born rich, dumb people don't really get to be rich easily.
Yeah, it decides on what you decide to put your time into. Like, like a lot of people spend time traveling, eating. A lot of people spend time working in like salary men. Like if you talk about Japan, like they get lifetime employment, which is a thing, and then they just
Yeah.
live their lives earning like money, and that's it, right?
Yeah, and the thing is, I know
And getting
workaholics.
drunk at night. But yeah, what?
I feel like the last one was a.
I was talking about salary man. Okay, you're not a salary man.
I am a salary man.
Okay, you are salary man.
I prefer the
But yes.
I prefer the proper term, which is wage slave. Can you please
Yes, wage
address
slave. I'm
us correctly?
sorry.
Thank you. But yeah, I know workaholics or people who used to be workaholics when they started their careers and now they are burnt out as shit and they're like, I want to take it slow. I'm done. I can't work in a fast-paced environment anymore. I can't work in the big best agency because I'm literally burning the candle on both ends and then lighting a fire right in the middle.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
they're really done with it. But yeah, it really depends on what you want to put your time into and how well you can do it. And
it's possible, yeah. Like, you should put time on you should work out, you should like, exercise, I'm like, you don't have to put all your life into it if you don't want to and become like an athlete or like,
yeah, but
like, get buff. And so you can if you are interested in it. It's amazing to be healthy, but again, exercise is also important and mental health is, you should put time in yourself and your interests and everything. Yes.
okay, mental health is like extremely important because nobody takes it seriously and really people should.
Yes.
But the interesting thing is Plato. Did you know where he got the name Plato?
Where he got his name? No, I'm not aware of that.
So apparently, Plato is not his real name. Plato is the name that he had when he was a wrestler.
Oh.
And Plato, so there are a lot of people. I used to be like this as well. Okay, so I'm not trying to knock anyone here, but there are a lot of people, including the past me, who are like, you know what? I'm a smart person. I want to think. I don't want to be this dweeb who like has muscles and no brains. And Plato famously said that a man who doesn't take care of his physical health has no idea of what the human body is actually capable of.
Yeah.
And how if you don't take care of your physical health, your mental, you won't be able to think, you won't be able to understand the world around you. And I was like, God damn motherfucker. This guy was a wrestler. This guy was jacked. He was ripped.
No, and both are important. Like once you do start exercising and taking care, you yourself see your mental health improving. Like it actually works. It's true. So yeah, you should take care of yourself. By the way, when he said Plato, I remembered Disenchantment, where he's an elf who likes plates. So Plato, I thought of that. I was gonna say that.
Oh shit, yeah. Disenchantment. Whatever happened to that?
I don't know. It's been a while, right?
Freaking, I love Lucy.
It was, yeah, it's really fun. Lucy's my
What's that?
favorite character.
What's that other show we watched from the guys who made Avatar? Shit.
Avatar.
Was it
Oh,
Avatar?
Dragon Prince, right?
Oh, the Dragon
Dragon.
Prince. Yeah.
Yeah, I
What
think the
happened to
new
that
season is
show?
gonna come soon. I'm still waiting for it.
Hasn't it been a really long time though?
Uh,
Because I
I don't know.
genuinely
I
am like,
knew they were
yo,
working on the next season.
like damn, freaking hell, where the fuck are? Oh wow,
Dragon Prince 3 seasons. We're waiting for the fourth one, right?
yeah.
Not
Moonlight
sure.
season 4 official clip 2 weeks ago. Wow, the
Oh
trailer came
wow,
out a
well,
week ago.
wow, I didn't even know.
I found out because I googled it. Right.
But yeah, that was also quite nice.
Yeah, it was quite nice.
Yeah, quite fun.
And I'm actually surprised you like Disenchantment because I thought the animation would throw you off. But I guess
It's actually
Eric,
nice, dude. The
I think,
animation ain't bad.
yeah, I think Eric Andre
Yeah,
with his freaking Lucy is
dude.
just like
No, the animation is not
insane.
good. The character style is nice. I like it's
Yeah.
like usually, yeah, the animation of Disenchantment is not bad. It's pretty nice. They've used like a nice combination of 3D and 2D also.
Oh shit! I just realized that King Zog is John DiMaggio.
What?
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't even know.
Oh my god! What? Oh wow. Okay,
Disenchantment is
yeah, it's freaking
fun.
yeah. Anyway,
Definitely check it out.
so spend your
If
time
you
well.
haven't.
Go do some exercise. Take care of your mental health.
And you
What-
always don't need to be using your time like to do something that is like people say like productive. Like you can also chill. Like that's okay.
And also, like, just do what you want. Just remember that you have a dream. There's always time to make that dream work out. It'll take time.
Yes.
It'll take a lot of effort. Might require you to go crazy with being obsessed with whatever the dream is, but at the end, it'll be worth it. So take that leap of faith.
Yes, take that leap. Do what you want.
Do what you want. And when we become famous, I hope you will become famous along with us.
When we're dead,
When we're dead, I
forget
hope
about
you
us.
will. Yeah, you can
I
forget
hope
about
you
us
forget
if we're
about
dead. Yeah, but just if you're not going to become famous with us, then help us become famous because that's our dream. Thanks.
Yes, like, subscribe, bye.
Like, subscribe, and we shall see you on the next episode, which we haven't decided yet, as usual. So bye.
Bye. See ya.